Now, the economic freedom fighters are also hosting a memorial service in Soweto, this in honor of the late former Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe. The party's leader, Julius Malema, said last week that Mugabe, who died at the age of 95 in a Singapore hospital, remains a hero despite his mistakes. Let's listen in.
To get your freedom. Because had Mugabe take the land immediately, it would have caused a serious problem to a point where South Africa will not be liberated. They were a frontline state. They gave us a passage. They accommodated us. We stayed in their homes. They gave us food. They gave us shelter. They never called us names. Today it's our turn to say thank you. We become animals. It is not the spirit of Ubuntu what you are doing to these comrades of Zimbabwe. Comrades, the white people, the way they control us, we love them and we say they give us jobs. But the way they've made us to hate each other, even if a Nigerian was to come here and create 100,000 jobs, you will still beat that Nigerian because you want 100,000 jobs provided by a white man. When it is a job provided by a black man, it's not a job enough. They've instilled in you a culture of self-hate. You lack confidence in black people because you are not confident yourself. So it is not correct that all Nigerians are drug dealers. They are Nigerian drug dealers. We must find them. We must deal with them decisively. We must isolate them. We must isolate them and teach them a lesson which they will never forget, so that they don't leave South Africa to go and try it somewhere else, particularly in the African continent. We do not dispute that there are drug lords from Nigeria. But not all Nigerians are drug lords. You know the drug lords, bloody coward. You are scared of them. You don't say to us, EFF, here are the names of the drug lords who have opened cases. Here are the case numbers. We will go and fetch the Nigerian drug lords. We are not scared of them. A Nigerian drug lord is not a black person. He's not even a Nigerian. He's a non-white. Anyone who feeds drugs on our children, you have denied your status of blackness. Because black people do not do wrong things. We don't feed each other poisons. We protect each other. So anyone, whether you are a Nigerian, whether you are a South African in El Dorado Park, it doesn't matter. Drugs is drugs. They know no nationality. It doesn't mean when a drug is supplied by a Nigerian, it's more powerful than the one that is supplied by a South African. It remains a drug. It is illegal. It must be punished. But no one is going to brush all Nigerians with the same brush. The banks in Nigeria are owned by black Nigerians. They own properties. Nigerians in that entertainment industry, they are not competing with South Africa. They are competing with America. When you see a Nigerian artist, when you see a music video of a Nigerian, you will mistaken it for Americans. They are moving. You are busy with machete here. People are working on themselves. People are beginning to appreciate that there is nothing better about America. Africa is more beautiful and more richer than America. Even here in Africa, we can do it. There are no borders in South Africa, in Africa. There are no borders. Some of you say, no, President, leave this thing of borders. The other one even sent me a message that, President, can we get a secret ballot on borders. If you are not a dictator, make us members to vote if we want borders or not. But the reality is, there are no borders. You want me to give you a ballot paper to vote on whether you want imperialism or not. Yet you joined an anti-imperialist organization. Everything that reflects imperialism, we reject it in totality. We don't want to see it. We can't vote about that. It's not open for discussion. There are no borders in Africa. These borders were imposed by imperialism. And we are not going to recognize them. These are our neighbors. What divides us is a fence. What divides us is a street. Just cross the street and come and ask for a salt. Just cross the street and come and ask for meal. That's how we grew up here in Soweto. We never said you are not from here, we can't give you a meal. You are never from here, we can't give you a salt. This thing that you look at as countries, they are as simple as narrow, like neighborhood. These are our neighbors. They are not Zimbabweans. The same way, there will be the Ndlozi family this side, there will be Malema family this side. This is a South Africa family, that's a Zimbabwe family. We are divided by a fence. You don't have a salt, come and fetch the salt. In bags, you don't have meal, come and fetch meal, because that's what we did. We gave you meal, because we know one day we'll run short of meal, and I will not come. My child will come and say, my father said, you remember the meal, you must return. That's how we are as Africans. When they are here, it is our turn to protect them. Their turn will come. When we go to Zimbabwe, we'll just say to them, you remember us. Because we are neighbors. Comrades, there is no one who's going to tell us how we should unite this continent of Africa. No white man is going to do that. No white man. Look at what they did in Libya. I was in the ANC when we went to attack Libya. I stood up and told Zuma that you have sold out Gaddafi. And Gaddafi gave you money to be a president of the ANC because you voted for no-fly zone. And they used that to attack Gaddafi. And when they were attacking Gaddafi, the white people came to us and said, oh, what was he doing to his people? He was killing his own people. That's fine.
In truth, there are no borders. These borders were imposed on us by imperialism, so says leader of the EFF, Julius Malema, at the memorial service taking place in Soweto for former Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe.